This podcast was recorded during the 2023 WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes. Without the labor of the writers and actors currently on strike, the series being covered here would not exist.
Welcome to the Artie's Attic Warehouse 13 Fancast, where a steampunk girl, a lifelong sci-fi fan, and a rocket scientist chat about the popular 2009 sci-fi series. There's never a dull moment with the agents dedicated to protect humankind from unexplained phenomena that manifest their powers in special objects. And there's all those friendships and relationships along the way. Grab a cookie while you can. Hope you don't smell fudge. Gear up with your Farnsworth, Tesla, and neutralizer, and let's have some fun by snagging it, bagging it, and tagging it. Welcome back to Artie's Attic, a Warehouse 13 Fancast. I'm the Warehouse 13 janitor. I'm responsible for cleaning up all those 1962 cigarettes. I'm SP. And the original lead Artie's Attic agent, who I know wanted to do this podcast from the top of the Defiance Arch, St. Louis Arch, is Agent Shannon.
That's a good one. I like that's the best one that you've done. Yes, you're correct. From the very top. But I didn't want to fall like Christy.
And the rookie agent tonight, learning how not to question a person of interest, is Agent Carolyn.
That's valid. Yeah,
It's valid. Yeah.
You know, I got to learn somewhere, right?
On this show, we are continuing our discussion of the show that was there before I was podcasting. It's Warehouse 13, Season 1, Episode 6, Burnout. It premiered on August 11th, 2009 on Syfy. Shannon, you seem to like this episode.
I love this episode. I loved it. Okay. Because with me, I've always talked about, I've said it in almost every episode, as we progress, I like the partnership that they develop. I've always said that, right? To me, partnership, and because I've worked in jobs that require a decent trust in partnership, I like how Micah is more playful with him. Even when she's talking about cookies, like, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm working with the child,
Don't
right?
take them all, Pete.
Don't take them all, right? See, I like that at the beginning of first season, like I said before, she was a stick in the mud. You didn't really get it. If you didn't stick past the first couple episodes of Warehouse 13, you weren't going to make it. But if you did, then you got to see the dynamic, that their partnership. And we started seeing it in the last episode when they were playing while he was sitting in the hospital. So to me, I like it. I like the fact that in a short time, she has come to trust him. 2, she likes and cares for him enough that she can't be the one that hooks up the jumper cables. 3, she's having an emotional moment where when she's in the car, she says, I can't lose another one. I can't do this, right? So you're getting to see the partnership form between the two, where not only are the agents that hated each other to begin with, but now they're becoming best friends. So, and the critter on the back is kind of cool, you know.
Yeah, Pete even told her she, looks like she's got huge bags under her eyes and is looking kind of haggard.
Not helping.
Wonders why Artie won't let him have a couple of days off so she can go get a decent martini.
Yeah, she's like, it's helping. So yeah, I like it.
Maybe she should learn, just like the rest of us did during the pandemic, how to make a perfect martini.
I don't know.
True.
She did pretty good in this episode.
I'm sure that Claudia would be able to help her figure out some way of making a martini in the warehouse.
I think she could create some kind of serum to get rid of the bag of the eyes. I need those.
Oof, yeah. Yes, please.
Yep.
So they are questioning Rebecca. They go over to see what's going on with Rebecca. She gives an obvious clue oh, was there lightning involved? Or was there electricity involved? And they're like, oh, bye. I got to grab the cookies. Bye. I'm like, you have a person of interest right in front of you that's giving you a big ass clue. And you're just like, bye.
Oh, and did that person get electrocuted also?
I mean,
that should have stopped them right there. They didn't ever said it.
Pete hadn't eaten since the night before, so all he had was cookies on the brain, which he did eat part of a cookie in this one and then grabbed 4 or 5 off of the plate. He left one.
After handling
leave one. Don't take them all.
After touching he is Pete, so he's going to touch them all. After handling them all, he did put one back, but I'm pretty sure he ate 4 or 5 cookies in this one. We finally see Pete eat some more cookies.
Yeah, I bet your mom was like, woohoo, cookies.
All right, you want to do the cookie count now? Let's do the cookie count now.
I think that was the only cookies we saw in this one. Artie didn't eat any cookies. He was a little
distracted,
occupied with other things. But yes, when they went over to question Rebecca, she said, do you want some cookies? And Pete's like, ooh, I love cookies.
So how many cookies were on the plate? This is your job. You have to freeze frame and figure out how many cookies Pete took.
I forgot to.
I would say at least
I want to
5.
say there was probably 5. Yeah.
All right. We're going to have to throw this out to our listener. Listener, you're going to have to tell Carolyn how wrong she is.
Not listeners. Listener.
We have dozens of listeners.
We have at least 2.
We have more than 2. We have dozens.
We have 2. We have 2 of our favorite ones, yes.
Well, we have 2 that communicate with us on a regular basis.
Yes.
Did anybody notice that Rebecca has a glass eye?
No.
Yes. Was that because it was reflecting,
yes,
the light was reflecting off of it? Yes. Funny. Okay. I was like, why is the light reflecting off of her eye funny? I thought it was just the angle, but it's because she has a glass eye?
Yes.
Okay. Because I noticed that.
The actor, yeah. The actress has a glass eye.
Her name is Roberta Maxwell. She has 73 acting credits starting in 1957, including 91 episodes of Another World.
I was just about to say, she must have been soap opera.
She was in the 1980 Popeye movie as Nana Oil. She was Irene March in The Postman in 1997, and she was in 2 Warehouse 13 episodes. So we're going to see her again next season, but that's it. We only get 2 episodes.
Jamie, yes. Yes, we will.
Okay, because I was wondering why you could tell when the light would hit it, it would be it looked like it was reflecting. Yeah. And I'm like, normal eyes don't do that. So see, I notice things like you do, Shannon.
It's the security in me, yeah.
My brain was like, that's not right.
That's not right. Am I seeing things? I'm like, that's brain injury.
I thought it was. I'm so glad you said something, because I was like, this must be like a lighting trick or something.
You would have never said anything, would you?
No.
So she admitted to being a warehouse agent, right? Not just Secret Service, but a warehouse agent. She implied all that
after the second visit.
So I'm scratching my head. Jack Secor's room was sealed on June 22nd, 1962. 62. So I went back to the Secret Service history on their .gov website. They didn't have a woman agent until 1971. The first 5 agents, female agents, were sworn in. Laurie Anderson, Sue Baker, Kathleen Clark, Holly Hutchmish, and Phyllis Shantz.
Well, maybe she wasn't with the Secret Service long enough before Mrs. Frederick snatched her up.
Or maybe she was just with something else and Mrs. Frederick snatched her up. I mean,
she said, we are trained to take a bullet. Secret Service agents. Do you know when the Secret Service was originated? Do you know this?
I do not.
1865. It was signed off by Lincoln. The legislature was signed off by Lincoln the day he was assassinated, hours before. And
didn't help him, did it?
I remember hearing that, actually.
Yeah, he signed it off, and it was to combat counterfeits. And it wasn't until the 1900s where Secret Service was also used for presidential protection.
Well, again, one of these things that you have to overlook, that they just make up for the TV show, but it's still kind of cool. But again, I bet you Mrs. Frederick snatched her up pretty quick.
Well, I mean, the other guy was in the Marines first because he had a Marine tattoo. Because
Mhm.
we watch Claudia repurpose some things to because Artie doesn't like images. They're so small and pixelated, you can't get anything out of them. So he doesn't
And
like.
then she created something awesome.
Yeah, she gets no thanks, no respect.
Do you know
He
how
just goes
hard
back
it
into the
was
archive.
in 2009 to enhance a digital photograph? I mean, it's barely possible now, and then she's doing it in 2009
with a hologram.
How many times now do you take your laptop and try to make it bigger?
Make it bigger. Yeah.
You're so used to that, right?
You're talking about the picture, right?
Yeah. Anything on my laptop, I can just touch it.
Just make it sure. You touch it, the
2009.
laptop again.
You didn't have it back then.
I had it back then.
What kind of Air Force were you in?
I think we're going over Shannon's head tonight. That's fine.
I warned you. Drugs.
You did. Double the
Claudia
drugs.
did. We do see now Claudia, like, as she says to Rebecca when she comes by, that she's Warehouse Next Generation 2.0 and gives like the little Vulcan salute. It's kind of cool.
Yes.
And she's creating things. So she's got this enhancement of, she recreated the skeleton's face with her enhancement because Artie was like, I'm trying to use this dingus that you created and I can't get it to work. She's like, you just sit there and scan and let me do this.
Let me do my thing. You go, girl. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Artie was a little bit of a
girl.
Yeah, Artie was. Don't do that. Artie was a little bit of a bumbling idiot in this episode, and I didn't appreciate it as much. It was a little bit out of character. Now, the whole episode, I was not as big of a fan, especially on my second and third watch through. Yeah, I watched it 3 times, and maybe that was my problem, watching it 3 times. Just watch this episode once, and you'll be fine. But if you start watching it over and over again, you just like scratch the back of your head, and you're like, wait a minute, that's not right. And you run into things like Artie's like, Artie, you're out of character. You're a little bit too excited. You're not focusing yourself. You're not applying yourself to the actual
Is he
artifact.
out of character because he's always grumpy?
Well, and it might be too. Yes, he was quite out of character, but there was a lot more in this one. He's trying to solve this thing that's got a big electrical charge. Plus, he's trying to rein in Claudia and figure out what she did with all the things she repurposed, and she didn't even ask.
All the things she's not supposed to be touching.
And he's got 200 years worth of paper records to go through to try to find this agent that was found in a basement downstairs, locked up to something.
I like how he goes through the whole Dewey Decimal System, right?
Yeah.
He's like, you gonna pick that up later? No, okay.
That's why there's a Warehouse 13 janitor.
That's true.
I loved how once the blast opened and they went downstairs and found him, the look in their faces when they realized that it wasn't just a person that was weird there, right? But it's an agent because they have Farnsworth and Tesla.
No, it was a Tesla. They found a Tesla in his pocket.
So now they have 2 Teslas. Do we ever see this second Tesla again? I don't think so.
I don't know. Does a battery still hold a charge at that age?
I'm sure Claudia can fix it.
That's true.
Claudia makes her own. HG makes her own.
It's the second one, and it should have been brought back to the warehouse. See, this episode is full of inconsistencies in universe.
It is true.
Well, you just have to not pay attention so much, dang it.
Yeah, stick to the gender role. I don't know.
Oh!
So Claudia repurposes the Bell and Howell spectroscope.
Spectroscope.
Was that the thing that we used in the beginning to back up time?
No, it's a different.
Oh, okay.
A different artifact.
I was trying to figure out what she repurposed.
It was initially a hologram projector, but it was repurposed into a 3D imager.
I think it works a lot better.
I think it's cool.
She repurposed it well. And it's old-timey.
I know. What's funny is that there's so many things in the warehouse that you're not supposed to use for personal gain because they have side effects, but she never seems to find the ones that have side effects.
Well, she uses percussive maintenance on it. In other words, she hits it.
Yes. I saw that. Smack the side of the thing.
Yeah.
I'll make it work.
My mom came from that generation right there.
That's why you have a headache tonight.
That explains so much. So much. It's smacking me in the back of the head. Stop that. Yeah.
Another tool that we got was the warehouse agent rooms are indexed in the warehouse.
The echelon bot.
This is the first time we see that.
Yeah, the warehouse reminds me a lot of Artie's bag. It's like a Mary Poppins bag. They have, you can, like it holds everyone's room from the bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
So does it just magically take that room and just poof it into the warehouse so that
It duplicates it. Not only do you have a duplicate of every agent, but there's also a duplicate of the entire bed and breakfast.
We don't know about the duplicates of the agents yet. Or are you talking about their agent rooms?
agent rooms?
Okay, I'm sorry. Duplicate agent
So you're not
rooms.
cloning people. It's not there are many copies.
Can I have more than one Micah? Can I just have one Micah? Okay, sorry. I would clone the crap out of that. I'm just saying.
Well, here's the issue that I have with that in this episode. We have Jack Secord's room, and Rebecca comes in and they show her Jack's room. Wouldn't her room also be indexed because she disappeared mysteriously? She changed her last name and she
did.
never came back. So wouldn't they want to show her room as well?
Well, she left, so she probably cleared out her room.
Not if she left and she never came back.
Well,
Yeah.
it sounded like they were going to make a rendezvous someplace, so she knew she was leaving. So my guess is she cleaned out her room, but he was going to clean out his room until he figured out more about this artifact that they'd been chasing and then got attached to
I
it.
can't wait to this next episode where they're in it. It's just going to drive me crazy. I need to fast forward to the next one.
I was further disappointed in this episode because there was no official snagging it, tagging it, or bagging it.
Oh, I know. There was just a crushing with a fire hydrant into multiple
Just a
little
11th
pieces.
century mystery solved.
Yeah. By the hand of God.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't know. Did anybody stop and think, okay, this woman just shot her ex-husband in the chest? He's like, oh, get out of here. Get out of here.
One of the
Hello?
weirdest scenes in this whole thing in this series to date, because she's running out of her house into the alley across the street. She's carrying the gun and they're like, give us the gun. And they have guns out and everything. And then she just hands them the gun, right? I'd be a little worried and I would keep the gun for self-protection, but she just hands them the gun, right? And then
She's more freaked out.
then her ex-husband comes out and they Tesla him and he dies, not, I don't think because of the Tesla, but because the gunshot
In the chest? Yeah.
in the chest. Yeah.
Yeah. His body lost the energy that the thing needed to power it.
And so he collapses and then they tell her to clear the scene. And then she runs in the opposite direction of her house. Wouldn't you think you'd want to run right back into your house and lock the door?
That's what I would do. But you're also running on adrenaline, so you may not even be thinking clearly. So
Well, if you're running because of what was attached to his back, not because of something he did, she only shot him because he had the crazy 11th century lobster on his back, right? So that's what she was running from. So she was more freaked out than,
I don't think she ever saw it on his back.
which is why I wouldn't go back to the house until I knew exactly where the hell it went.
She didn't
yeah,
know
because
about
if she
it.
did run back to the house, that was in the direction of where it was or
Yeah.
could have been.
I ain't
So
going
she
back
could have been attacked by it. So they made her run the other way.
They didn't make her run anywhere. They just told her to clear the scene.
And how is it that Micah's going to get knocked out just by Pete pushing her over? Oh, wait.
Stupidest thing for her. She knows he's being electrocuted.
I
She
know.
can see
Touch.
the electric field around his body.
Let me
And she
touch it.
decides to touch him.
Bad as Pete. Let me touch it.
Let me go see what this is going to do. Touch. Not
Zap.
touching me.
I'm not touching you.
I'm not going to blame the acting in this at all. I think they were just given kind of a bum script, and I can't even blame the director because the director is actually an award-winning director. of this. So I think he did the best that he could. His name is Constantine Macros, and he has 35 directing credits since 1993, including 63 episodes of Law & Order, of which he won 3 primetime Emmys.
Wow.
Then we're going to blame that on the writers of this particular episode.
So he did 3 episodes of Flash Forwards, an episode of Alphas, 9 episodes of Warehouse 13. The next time we see him is season 2, so I really hope
I love
he gets better. The Americans, which was a very good series if you didn't see it on FX. Royal Pains, 8 episodes of Royal Pains, and 10 episodes of one of Shannon's favorites, Orange is the New Black.
You, have you watched it?
Me?
You. Yes.
I don't know which one you're pointing at. Me?
The only one who hasn't seen it. You. Yes.
That would be me. It's on the list.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
What?
I have not seen it.
Hold the tea.
I haven't
Hang on.
seen it.
Hold the tea. Wait just a second.
Time out. That's a timeout symbol.
Time out. Neither one of you has watched Orange.
No.
Nope.
It's on the list.
I mean, not Orange. Orphan Black. Orphan Black.
I've seen Orphan Black, yeah, but that's what we're talking about. We're talking about Orange is the New
he's
Black.
Talking about, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I misheard you again. Medicine.
All right.
Get Orange is the New Black.
Brain injury.
I didn't watch that one.
I thought it was one of your favorites.
Why?
I don't know. Jail? Cops? I don't know.
Lesbian? No.
Yeah.
I don't know. That hits some of the criteria, but no, not all of it. I've seen that all in the jails.
Okay, so the writers for this episode, Matthew Federman and Steven Skea, they only wrote 1 episode, but they have a lot of time together. 25 episodes of Blood and Treasure, 3 episodes of Limitless, 2 episodes of Human Target, and 6 episodes of Jericho. Matthew has 23 episodes of Jericho.
I think I watched Blood and Treasure. That sounds familiar.
Kind of funny how this writer also wrote things like Alpha. Man, we talked about that. I missed episodes. I miss shows like that.
Yeah, Alpha, it was the director. Alpha's was canceled in a major cliffhanger after season 2 on Syfy, and it was the cause of many to start to seriously doubt Syfy was the cancellation of Alphas.
It's because, you know what? On one hand, I could tell you they gave us great shows. But how they managed it and promoted it and just decided to cancel it for like stupid Sharknado crap, you deserve.
Whoa! Let's not go too far there.
Sharknado was like
Sharknado was a sensation.
Okay, no.
Yeah, to people who have no. Sorry, I'll be really rude.
No class.
Say it.
Yeah, for people who have no brains, like who need nothing that would cause you to like think.
Yeah, but tornadoes with chainsaws in a sharks with tornadoes.
That takes serious writing.
Yeah, I've never seen one, by the way. I'm just going off of what I've seen in clips.
In the commercials.
Yeah.
Sci-fi, which they deserved it.
I apologize if I've offended anyone that actually likes Sharknado, but
stupid.
Holy Moses, that stuff's crap.
I mean, it's good if you get drunk and, you just had looking for a good time, I guess.
Oh my God. Look at that.
That might actually be funny with a gummy. I don't know.
I don't know either because I can't do gummies. Anyway, we were talking about the guest actors and how the guest actors on this show are amazing, right? So we talked about Roberta Maxwell and her amazing past, right?
I've seen the cop somewhere too.
Yes, you have.
Yes.
Because Al Sapienza, I totally butchered his last name. He played Captain Powell. He has, get this, 286 acting credits since 1979.
I bet you most of them are law enforcement. He has that charisma.
Yes, and mostly 1, maybe 2 episodes for the vast majority of his stuff. But some things that you might remember seeing him. 1990, he played the night doorman in Pretty Woman.
I love that movie.
No.
He played in not only the 1998 Godzilla movie, but also the 2014 Godzilla movie. He was a taxi cab driver in the 1990s. He was Huddleston in the 2014. I've not seen either. He was a detective in Lethal Weapon 4, cop, right? He played 2 episodes of Jag.
No.
I expected, Shannon was actually drinking. I expected her to spit her drink out with that. Yeah.
I love Jag. I love it.
His big claim to
And Catherine
fame
Bell.
is 10 episodes of Sopranos.
See, I never saw Sopranos. But yes, I've seen him in a lot of things. Did you just give me the stink eye?
She did.
I never had HBO, okay?
Well, Al also was in 3 episodes of House of Cards and 14 episodes of Person of Interest.
Oh, that's probably where I know him from because I love Person of
is a good
Interest.
one too.
Yes,
Yeah.
I loved
Yes.
Person of Interest.
Those are just a few of his
I can
286.
totally see him in Sopranos. I could totally see the Italian accent with coming out of him. I don't know how long you survived the series of Sopranos. But
10
most people-
episodes.
I was going to say,
Please.
people don't. He lasted a season.
Yeah.
And then he was probably swimming with the fishies.
This series keeps on bringing in the guest stars. And what I've discovered so far with 6 episodes, you have the main cast for The Warehouse, and then you have 1 or 2 really good guest appearances,
Mhm.
but they're really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Artifacts. Spine of the Saracen.
Yeah, I tried to spell that when I was writing my notes, and it was a good thing I had the closed captioning on. I was like,
you
"Hurrah."
write notes. I've seen it so many
I
times.
do
don't need
because
notes.
I
just have
can't
teachers.
trust my brain to remember things.
Me either. Me either.
So yes, the spine of Saracen was Turkish,
Mhm.
and it requires a lifetime commitment because it makes you a super soldier. Basically, what Claudia said was, what PCP makes your adrenaline go from like on a scale of 1 to 10, it'd be like a 25.
I don't see how you get much production out of it because you're like being electrocuted every time you walk.
Well, because it feeds on your anger and your aggression. Like the first guy that it took over was the guy that did the gang members. So his aggression towards those gang members caused him to pretty much fry. And as Pete said, Kentucky Fried Chicken extra crispy.
Extra crispy. Yeah.
I had a girlfriend like that once.
What, that had commitment issues?
Yeah, that wanted lifetime commitment. Yeah.
That wanted life. Yeah, that was it. That was it. It requires a lifetime commitment. I had a girlfriend like that once.
Did you guys see Artie laugh after that?
I did.
Yeah.
I think it wasn't in the script. I think they caught him with it and he just laughed his butt off. And then they had to quick cut away from it.
Yeah, it was good though. I liked that he laughed some. I liked that part.
Earth tones. Earth tones.
Like kind of like your wardrobe. These are earth tones. They never go out of style.
Hey, Pooh Bear.
All right, favorite parts of the episode. Shannon, what's your favorite part?
Yes. Again, I like the partnership that they're starting to form. The best friends. I like how emotional Micah got at the end when Rebecca knew that it was going to have to be her. Obviously, Micah was so distracted that she didn't even notice the old lady that popped up into her car out of nowhere. I don't know. But I like that Rebecca knew that it was going to be her, and she knows the tough things that, I like the message that she gave to Micah at the end. I think that's a very, what do you call that? Forewarning? Whatever you call it. Well, that's a season 2 episode. But I've seen this so many times. I want to skip ahead and
You're
jump
like,
back and skip
wait,
ahead and jump back.
Not this episode.
Not this
Oh,
episode.
please.
But I like
Spoiler
that you're
alert.
finding out that the agents do have the room's locked away and everything is kept the same. And I like how, when she opened when she opened up the drawer, she's like, "Oh, he smoked a lot." He's like, "Yeah, they did that in the 60s." But again, I like the episode in general. That's where I normally start from. Like when I go back to rewind and rewatch and start all over, it's normally this episode forward.
All right, Carolyn, your favorite part of the episode?
I had a lot. Well, I mean, I like the whole episode, but there were just fun parts to it. In the beginning where they're they're like, I don't know what a gas leak has to do with an artifact, as they're trying to go into a police station after something exploded.
Does it safe to go in there? Oh yeah, it should be.
I know. The guy that's telling him it should be has a hard hat and a reflective vest on, and Pete and Micah go down there with nothing. Here's a lantern for light.
And then he just leaves the designated site.
And then he just leaves. He's like, meh, it's okay. It's fine. They'll be fine. No problem. I liked the when Artie was calling up Jack's old room, it was a rotary dial.
Yeah, they keep
to use a rotary dial. What if you have rotary dialed the wrong thing, so then you have to wait for that room to arrive?
You gotta hang up, start over.
And then you have to wait for it to get to that room and then have to start all over again. Did you see the amount of keys that were on Artie's keychain that he had? How does he I would have to label all of those keys, because there was a mound of keys to remember which one to open doors.
Well, if you're there as many years as he has been, I guess you remember.
True.
Could all be keys to his car.
No, that's on a separate keychain.
Oh,
remember he tosses those at Artie.
No, those are just the valet keys. That you throw to the valet.
Yeah, but could you imagine that amount of keys pulling on your ignition? You'd pull it out in no time.
Yes.
I don't know. I've got a keyless ignition, so I don't have to worry about it.
Aren't you special?
Mm-hmm.
My car's basically what did I see? A millennial anti-theft device. It's a manual. It's manual.
That is awesome.
Yes.
I've seen bumper stickers that say that.
It's true.
I think I saw it on Instagram or something. It said a millennial anti-theft device, and it had a picture of a manual.
I mean, if we all go back to manuals and everything written in cursive, would win everything.
The whole cursive thing.
Cursive. Yeah.
They don't teach in schools anymore. My daughters don't. My kids don't know how to read cursive.
No.
They don't.
It's a cryptic language.
I'm like,
it's a cryptic language.
Seriously. Side note.
That's like when Artie is looking at the book and he's like, here it is. And then Claudia's like, what is that language? He's like, that is
old.
Very ancient. Old.
Do you want
and
me to scan it in?
I have no idea what it says.
Side note, it is scary that the kids can't read the cursive anymore, because all our important documents are in cursive. How are you going to read the Declaration of Independence when you can't read cursive?
Nobody signs your name. It's just a fingerprint. It's biometric now. Don't look at me like that.
They sign it without being in cursive.
I know. It's just sad.
I'm just saying, all the important documents that are in the National Archives, pieces of parchment now, because they can't read it.
It's all right. They'll just watch a YouTube video on it.
Digitalize it.
Yeah.
TikTok.
They'll watch a TikTok. Probably watch a TikTok, actually.
And the Chinese will change an important word here or there.
SP, what was your favorite part?
Okay, so I got kind of two favorite parts. So I'll give you the kind of the runner-up first. It's when they're trying to determine if Jack Secord had the artifact on his back. And so they go over to it and they're like, okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3. And they
just do it quickly. Flip.
So this guy that's been dead since 1962.
Like it wouldn't fall apart.
Yeah, exactly. It's all one thing, all glued together or whatever.
He was kind of gooey, so
Claudia's like, don't make me do it. Oh man, dude.
He walks in, he's like, is your uncle staying the weekend, or is he just in town for a day?
So that was my runner-up, but my true favorite part was when Pete is like begging, and Rebecca, her acting is great. She's just like, oh, okay. She literally shrugs. She looks down at the floor. She walks over. She grabs the clamps. She puts it on the artifact on Pete's back. And then she just electrocutes him because he's like, do it. So she's like, yeah, okay. She just does it and it electrocutes, and then it goes off. And then, so she follows it, grabs this fire extinguisher and hits it 9 times. You can count how many are going on when she's hitting it.
That's the aggression for losing her boyfriend all those years ago.
She hits it 9 times. It's like,
well, she's got to make sure.
They killed her man.
He fell on my knife 9 times, that sort of thing. She's just completely. So, and there was no snagging it, tagging it, bagging it. There was no putting it in purple solution. There was just, let's just pulverize it.
Yeah.
She was like, I will destroy you.
But then she brings it in a suitcase to Artie.
I wanted to make sure this was out for good.
And the pieces. Here's your pieces.
And if you listen to Artie when he moves the suitcase, you can hear it kind of go tinkle, making the noise inside.
And that's another thing that I have wrong with the episode is Micah and Pete. I realized they were distraught and everything, but they're there for artifacts. They should have grabbed it. It's like Pete when he was in the second episode or whatever, when they were going into the guillotine, right? Oh, did you forget something? So he goes back and you together need to remember to grab these artifacts that you've been sent out to retrieve.
And she reminded him that he didn't.
With the guillotine, but there was no talk about this one.
Yeah. I mean, another good part was when they were talking and Rebecca was talking to them about how Jack had these vibes and they were very annoying. And you see Micah look at Micah and looking at Pete like, yeah.
And then she smiled and she smirked at him. Yep. I just loved it.
So with all the issues that I came up with this episode, it's not one of my favorites. Sorry, guys.
Really? I couldn't tell.
It's the second one from the bottom. Claudia's still on top. Elements, Pilot, Magnetism, Burnout, and then Resonance is on the bottom. So that's my list there. Am I sorry I watched it? No. Am I sorry I watched it 3 times? Yes. I should have
just watched it 3 times.
Because I was doing notes and crap. Somebody's got to keep us on track.
I mean, he is the janitor. He has to clean up after it. So
it's funny. I can just sit here and just give me a topic on the show and I can just go with it. I don't take notes.
Well, that's because you've seen it a million times. Some
have.
of us haven't seen it that many times.
And we might have a listener that's watching it for the first time, which, by the way, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. And we hope you've enjoyed your stay. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.
What was it, John, this time? the email we had?
No, we didn't get any emails this time. We
Who
do
gave us the email last time, though? What was his name? That bought all 5 seasons?
Jeff. That was Jeff.
That was Jeff. Yeah, that was Jeff.
He's new, I think. Or maybe he's already watched it and he's just rewatching it all over again.
No, he said that it never got the recognition that it needed. So I'm sure he's watched it before because
me.
He bought all of them because he said it never got the recognition that it deserved, which I agree.
Yes.
You two probably scared him off saying, no, we're never going to watch Doctor Who.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
You know what's funny is I was watching some videos that people were taking of Dragon Con that happened over the weekend. And I saw that somebody did that. What was it called?
Weeping
Don't
Angel.
Blink. Yeah, the Weeping Angel. Don't Blink. There was somebody that did that as a cosplay. I was like, that's why I'm not watching this episode.
Carolyn, you and I need to go to a con together.
Yes, we do.
Oh, and I guess I'm just the
You're
janitor.
absolutely
I have
invited.
to stay home.
Well, you've got to clean up after the 2 of us, so you're absolutely invited.
You got to come. Somebody's got to walk me without my cane.
Yeah, see, you need to have one of her arms and I'll have the other one and we'll just walk through the con.
So that means we need to find the Dallas con, a Ohio con, and a Oregon con. But that's
mine's coming up in a couple weeks, so.
I know, but I don't have birthday money yet, so I can't go.
You can save up for next year.
Yeah, you can save it for next year. They usually go on sale in December and they're usually cheaper.
Let me tell you what I did. Not knowing that I wasn't going to make it, almost didn't make it to my next birthday. I had con tickets to go to one in Richmond. Like
Virginia.
Yeah, it was I was going to see Cat Burrell again. And of course, where was I when it happened? In the hospital. Damn it.
And you didn't get Cat to come see you?
If I thought that was an option. Had a ball cap on me back then and I'd have been ready to go.
We did get a tweet from Mike at Jarek. I think it's at Jarek. He did tweet our podcast out to his followers. So thank you very much for that, Mike. We appreciate your tweeting of our podcast.
I think he's been around since Voices of Defiance.
Yeah, I think he's been around before that with Sean, but yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yep.
Well, we appreciate your support.
All right. So next time we get together is going to be in 2 weeks from now, because next week I'm going to be on my annual trip to the family lake home to spend time with my dad. So that's where I'm going. But in 2 weeks, when we get back together, we're going to be talking about Warehouse 13, Season 1, Episode 7, Implosion. The IMDb description reads, "The theft of the perfect samurai sword attracts Artie's attention because he suspects his former partner and current nemesis, McPherson."
So we're at episode 6, right now?
Yeah.
We just did 6?
Yes, we just did 6.
How many episodes are there per season?
I think it's 13. Let me check really quick. 12. And the last episode of the season is titled McPherson.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because McPherson is the one that introduces Jamie.
Well, it's funny. You said implosion, and the first thing I thought of was you blow up one sun.
Okay. Not a lot of people's going to get that, but we love it. We appreciate it, don't we?
That's Colonel Samantha Carter, Stargate SG-1.
You
blow up one sun.
That was a good one.
At least they made fun of it, right?
I appreciate that one, yes.
This was a summer replacement show. So this is very, very early on in the streaming realm where they just started, Syfy started to say, hey, look, we can get more eyes on our stuff if we debut and run our shows in the summer versus in the normal season, which is give or take middle of September through middle of May is what a normal like 22, 26 episode season was of like Star Trek The Next Generation. Or
I could just tell you that I am thankful that they didn't start the crap of waiting for half a year like they did BSG when I had to watch this one.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have made it because I hated how they separated and made you wait for like 18 months before it came back again.
Yeah, and gave it like season 1.4 or some silly, ridiculous thing like that. I'm like, wait, what?
Episode 12 aired on September 22nd, 2009.
Good day.
Episode 13, or season 2, episode 1, debuted on July 6th, 2010.
Was there a writer strike or something in between?
No, it's just a summer replacement show. So you did have to wait. You waited a whole huge television season before you got this again.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't know if I was watching it the first time around when they started. I think I came into Warehouse 13 in the middle of the third season. That's when I discovered it. And then I discovered Jamie, then I discovered Micah, and then I had to go back and get the whole thing over again, and then I had to buy all of it, and then I had to look for somebody out there, please, if you have a Micah, not a Joe and Kelly, a Micah poster, send it my way. Send it to me. That'd be a great birthday present. Micah, not Joanne.
Which sounds like it's on September 22nd.
It's a great day, I know, right? Yours is like
mine's Saturday.
Saturday, yeah. Hers is the 8th?
9th. The 9th.
9th. Yes.
It's a great month. It's an awesome
birthday month for the ladies. All right. Well, we will be getting back in 2 weeks from today, which will be in between your two birthdays. And we will be talking about...
That's okay. Everybody can still send us email to say happy birthday. We'll read it the next time we're on.
Look, I made it to the next one. Almost.
Shannon needs lots of birthday fan mails. Shannon needs lots of birthday fan mail.
We're not there yet, but I think I'm going to make it to the next one.
So email Shannon at warehouse13fancast@gmail.com. The 13 is a 1 and 3. So warehouse13fancast@gmail.com. That'll go directly into Shannon's inbox, and she'll let us know when she has received an email.
Does it? I don't think it does.
It totally does, Shannon. It totally does. We've made it's the miracle of email. We made it happen.
I don't remember getting the last one. I remember you sending me the last one.
Claudia's hands are all over it. It totally happens. These,
Totally. That's the way it happens.
I think y'all make it happen because last time I got the email because you sent it to me in the text, but I'm like at 7:00 in the morning. You know what? Syfy girl, that's all you need to learn.
All right, so you're on the X at Syfy Girl, a Skiffy Girl, SYFYGURL.
That's because that's how the Bengals spell girls, and I'm a Bengal fan.
The Cincinnati Bengals?
Good.
No.
You're funny, haha.
You bad man.
And then Carolyn's on the X at Ocean363.
Yes. On the app formerly known as Twitter, yes.
She's also new on the Blue Sky.
Oh yeah, I finally got that to work too. Blue Sky. It's a Twitter replacement.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that one is actually Ocean36055 because mine was taken, so,
Why are you on the Blue Sky?
In case Twitter implodes. I don't know.
Why does it matter to you, Shannon?
Why are you
over there? You're a traitor.
I'm just figuring out why you're moving to a different platform.
Oh, I'm not moving anywhere. I'm just on another one. I'm just
are we thinking
on it.
Shannon, you have a Facebook account and an X account. You can have more than 2 social media accounts.
No. I'm just trying to I hear people talking about, oh yeah, it's gonna get so horrible. They changed the name.
They changed the name to X. You finally admitted it.
Yes. No, she just said they changed the name. She didn't say they changed the name to X. She just said they changed the name.
Yeah, well,
she's
not Twitter anymore.
I still don't call it the X.
It's the X. It's the X
app formerly known as Twitter.
All right. We'll see everybody in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Totally X.
Stupid
app formerly known as Twitter.
Thanks for joining us for an episode of the Artie's Attic Warehouse 13 Fancast. You can find all our episodes at warehouse13fancast.com. If you'd like to contact us, you can hit us up on our email at warehouse13fancast@gmail.com. We are a part of the Lone Wolf Podcast Network. You can hear more of this cast and other shows like it by checking out lonewolfpodcasts.com. The intro music is Sci-Fi Hybrid Intro by Soundmake, and the outro music is Science Fiction by Tunes to Go. Both were purchased on pond5.com.